What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. Folks, we're going back to Apollo 11. Yes, another moon video. Now, you're definitely going to need your magnifiers for this one. No doubt about it. And there appears to be hundreds, maybe thousands of structures on the moon. Now, I know many of you folks have heard the old ancient story about there was a time without the moon. So if that's true, then who brought it here? Now, let's suppose we're an alien race. So we either jumped on this moon when it was somewhere else, maybe orbiting another planet, or we built it and decided to bring it to a planet, which is known as Earth. Now, my next question would be how would you build your structures? Keep in mind, this could be hundreds, this could be thousands of years ago, could be millions of years ago, I don't know. But how would you build your structures? And keeping in mind that you could be seen by other civilizations, how would you build it? Me personally, if I was to build a structure on the moon, I'd make it look just like the terrain. I would also build into and under the terrain, meaning under the lunar surface, right? This is the reason why, my personal opinion, I believe, this is the reason why we see these pads with these what look like structures on top of them. And there's a bunch of them there, and you're going to see some crazy stuff. There's so much of it, there's no way I could cover it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over like lower left corner, upper left corner, upper right, and then lower right. I'm going to circle a couple things, but I'm just going to show you here, 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 and here. Again, get your magnifiers out because this is cool. Let's just jump right into it. All right, you can see it's right here on the Flickr site, flickr.com, and it is from the Project Apollo archive. The ID number to this is AS11, so it is Apollo 11-36-5432. Now, if you want this photo, go right over here to the lower right corner, and you can get the original, get the largest one you can get because you want to be able to zoom into it, right? Now, what you'll notice, at first, the craters are actually upside down. Let's just jump right into Photoshop and I'll show you. Okay, here is the photo. Okay, we're going to rotate this and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, and I'm going to put it just like this because I want both of these craters to be pretty much level. Now, folks, I've told you many times before, these are sanitized, washed over, but with a light film over it, like a white film laid over this, but it's transparent, right? And this is what you get. Now, some people will argue, well, you know, they were looking through a window of the capsule. No, that's not the case here at all. There are many photos out there that show the Apollo missions, and it doesn't look like this at all. But the ones they don't want you to see, this is what they do to them. Now, just so you guys can see this, all right here, there's a lighter area. Wonder why. And this happens all the time in these photos. Why? Because it's the closest to the camera. And we're looking just about right here, at the bottom, right here, that you're basically looking over anything that's down there. As you go up this way, we start to see the sides of objects, right? Now, of course, you're not way at the very terminator, so you won't see that. You won't see an actual side of something. But let's just jump right into this. I think you're going to like this a lot. Again, pause this any way you want and use your magnifiers. Let's just jump into this. Notice again how we have this going like this. All the way around, you can see that. Now, why do you suppose that would be like that? To me, it's to do nothing more than hide what's there. Okay, so let's start bringing it down. Okay, now let's get into the full enhancement. And folks, this takes quite a bit to bring this out. We're actually fighting with a layer over the original photo. So what we need to do is we need to bring out any of the white pieces and bring down the brighter areas around them. And then you have to bring these objects out. So let's zoom into the bottom here. And again, pay attention to the round bases with things sticking out of them. All right, here's the first objects right here. A little hard to see, but we'll get there. Keep going up here. Again, we can see these right here. appears to have something sticking out of this one right here. You can see it pretty much almost looks square right there. And there's something coming right out of the top of this, like that. Something right here, I'm not sure what to make of that. We'll zoom into that. Okay. Slide it back over. Starting to see this a little bit better, starting to get there. Not sure what to make of that. Not a whole lot on this side. And you might say, well, even those are questionable. Those could still be like craters and stuff like that. Let's start working our way over to the right here. We'll go up here a little bit. These objects here. And sharpen that up a little bit. Now this is where it gets really cool. We have all of these here. Look at the stuff carefully, folks. Not sure what that is sticking out of what looks like the hillside. Got these here. And some other wild looking things in these craters too. I'm going to show you that as well. This whole area right here, it looks like there's different levels of the ground. Okay, as you can see, these coming off down to the bottom. This is pretty cool. Look at this one here. Check that out, folks. Look at this thing. Let's zoom into this bad boy, right? Right here. Check this out. It actually has legs to it. See that? You can see that pretty darn well. Of course, this marker is really thick, so we're just going to do this. Coming from the back there. There's something really big here. Almost looks like it's like something at the top there. But you can see that pretty well. Okay. Back out of here a bit. Brighten up a little bit. Folks, check this stuff out. What is going on here? Like I said, I can look at all of these here, especially this here in the back. I'm not sure what to make of that. Almost looks like it has a point kind of shape to this area here. Again, there, something sticking out of it, several things sticking out. Something sticking out right here. And it just keeps dropping down, folks, like it's stepped down. Okay? Check that out. That's going to happen in nature? I don't think so. Don't believe so. Some other weird looking objects here and there. And again, folks, we're fighting against manipulation here. And like basically a sanitizing of the photo, right? Check these out. We've got this over here. Check that out. Not so sure these are natural, folks. Something right here. Got kind of this white piece underneath here. And we got what looks like some kind of weird dome-like structure type thing. Maybe more of an oval structure on top. Have this here. This one. Again, this one here I just showed you. Just have a look around some of this stuff. Wow. You know this stuff is not natural. There's just no way. This inside this other crater. What is going on there? Move it in. Have a look at that. You can see that. Presto, it's gone. Yeah, but you can see in stages, as you start to bring it down, it starts to appear. More objects in here. again, pause this anytime you want to and have a closer look at these objects. Because believe it or not, these are so tiny compared to the actual craters. They're almost little tiny bits and you can almost not see them at all. I've seen tons of these. It's like they built randomly in different spots. Look at this cluster up here. All of this. Right here. I can look at this area right now with my magnifier and I can see structures in there. I can see what looks like these white pads with objects on top of them. They're not concave like you would see a crater. No way, no how. Because they're low quality, not very detailed, you could be looking at something like, here's a perfect example. This one right here, or these two right here. You can see something on top, but because there's no details, you wouldn't know it. It almost looks like it's one item when it's not. And again, all this area here at the top, left. Pause it right here. Have a look. Let's have a look down here. Pause it right here and have a look at this. Now what you do is you just bring the brightness down from these so it doesn't distract the eyes and want to pull you towards those. You want to actually see what's going on. Now, check these out, folks. Look at this thing. Not even sure what to make of that. It seems to be in a whited area, but have a look what looks like something doing this. This thing goes way up. At least that's the way it looks. Has these round, what look like orbs, right here at the top. I'm also seeing something way down here in the bottom, like some kind of weird shape going like this here. Is it possible they just put that over just to hide what's really here? I say yes. All of these down here. Pause it right here. Have a look. Some other ones hidden right here. This here. Like I said, some people say, well, those are craters. No, they're not. There's no crater wall. And what you're seeing is things on top of what look like platforms. Those are not craters. Craters do not do that. Here. Have a look. They're on top of platforms. And of course, these could be many little things on top of one platform. We don't know. Again, because the resolution's not that good, this is what you get. Because you are fighting things that are overlaid, sanitized, so on and so forth. This one here almost looks like an orb or something right on top of it. Where have we seen these before? Right here in the moon. Here. And you can make your way up. Almost looks like it stepped over here as well. You see it coming down. You can see something right here. There's other smaller pieces up here, and it looks like it's going all the way up here. Look at these in the back. Something inside this crater. What looks like three little white orbs or details in that. All up at the top here. Now, do we have smaller craters, actual smaller craters mixed in this picture? Absolutely. Oh, of course. You know, these are not all, you know, some kind of structure or something of that sort. No, of course not. But the majority of these smaller items are, in fact, structures. You just have to take a close look, folks. This area here. To me, it's absolutely littered on this moon. Check that out. Not even sure what to make of that. Looks like it still has a little reflection of it right there. And all of these other pieces right here. And folks, let's have a look at this area. This is pretty interesting itself. Look at some of these items. Very, very small. Put a little blur into it because when we're this zoomed in, I'm going to give you both. Again, purposely whitened out areas. Because if everything was whiter, why isn't everything here whiter? And you don't see that. You just see certain places that have been blurred or brightened up or whatever it may be, but they're doing it to the photo. There you go. I mean, there's proof. Again, this area here. These two areas alone. This one right here. And this here. Tells me this is no way natural. No way. Because I can see what looks like even smaller orbs on this right here. Not sure if that's an orb, but this one here does, the one on the right. Okay, go back and forth with it. Clearer. Don't want it as grainy. Back it up a little bit. There you go. No way, folks. In my opinion, this is not natural. Put this, both of these areas right here. Stop it right here. Have a good look. And there you go, folks. Look at this. Look at the difference between this. Between this and this. And when I showed you all that is white, check that out. Imagine that. Where's most of these structures? Right in this area. But keep in mind, they're right here. See this? They're right there, folks. They're right there. Grainy, whitened out, sanitized, call it what you will, but they're right there in the photo. I can still see that here, even though it's whitened. There you go. Folks, in my opinion, there's hundreds of structures there. Again, if I was to build on the moon, if I was in fact the one that brought the moon here, if we were to go by the ancient stories, if it is in fact true, it's a huge if, I'm going to build where I'm camouflaged. I can literally be on the surface of the moon and you'd barely see me. What better way to make my structures look very similar to craters? It makes perfect sense. And we can actually see that they're flat and you can see something there, whether it's something round, something that looks more like an oval kind of stretched out item on top of that. Again, if I was to build on that moon and I brought it here to this planet, and maybe I was worried about future people seeing me, and I don't mean just from the planet alone, but from other civilizations, what would I do? Blend it with the environment or go under the environment, meaning under the lunar surface. As always, folks, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to like and share. It is appreciated. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that YouTube will share it. Folks, got more crazy stuff coming up, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Always appreciated. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.